There you go, guys. The Springboks are the 2023 Rugby World Cup champions, defeating the All Blacks 12 points to 11. I'm I'm really lost for words, guys. I'm actually speechless. I haven't really fully comprehended what we just saw and witnessed in that game. Just two sides battling at it. Two giants in that sense, and yeah, just one obviously coming out as the winner, which was the Box. But hey, it could have been the exact opposite in this case, and we'll get a lot more into that. But before we get into this video, guys, just in terms of this whole breakdown, make sure to like the video, guys, subscribe to our channel, and obviously let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I want to see obviously your reaction towards the game. But yeah, look, in terms of that first half, again, there was an early yellow. Start off the game really with Shannon Brazil penalized there. So in that time, the Box were able to kind of capitalize with two penalties in the process. So they went up, kind of 6 points to 0. But then again, the All Blacks kind of came back into it a bit. They had a penalty within, I believe, the 17th minutes. But again, the Box actually came straight back with a penalty of their own through Andre Pollard in the 19th minute. But of course, this is where the big moment in the game kind of happened and kind of changed the entire script of what we thought this World Cup, kind of what the game we expected it to be, in which Sam Cane, originally got a yellow card. Again, there's a whole TMO system where they look at it and see if it has to be upgraded or just remain yellow. But yeah, no, the card got upgraded to a red, and it's the first, if I'm not mistaken, the first red card ever in a Rugby World Cup, which is just, yeah, it's one of those, when you look back at it now, I'll be honest, guys, I did think it was a yellow, 100% a yellow, and he was also not like coming straight at him. He was actually coming from the side a bit, but yeah, just it's one of those where I understand the reasons why it's a red, so I'm not going to complain against it. But it's just, look, for the good of the game, you never want to see a red card, particularly in a final, because that can really just change how the game is played, obviously, for the rest. And it definitely did change the way, just for what we saw. But yeah, I mean, I felt bad for the All Blacks in that sense, because you never want that to happen to a team, to any team really. But again, the Box were able to kind of capitalize that, get another penalty in there, and the All Blacks did actually get one back to make it, I think it was 12 points to 6 at halftime. But again, just that really, I think, just I don't know, a few All Black heads may have gone down there just a bit, knowing that they may have had one man down, but at the same time, they were still persevering. So, credit to them, of course. But yeah, again, going into that second half, I mean, Khaleesi actually had an early yellow card. I believe it was, I actually forget how it happened. It was a weird yellow card actually, because he came from, I think it was on he came on to Argentina from a lower position, but they deemed it as hitting the head, which I understand maybe that's a yellow, but it didn't seem he did anything wrong. But again, I understand obviously the reasons for it, so it's not really one I'm going to complain against, of course. Yeah, it's a very marginal one, but I think the referee probably got it right there. But yeah, again, going into that second half, there wasn't really any points in the second half besides the one try we saw from Beauden Barrett. Again, there was a ruled out try earlier on through Aaron Smith. Again, it was well worked actually for Mo'unga, kind of finding a gap through the defense and then kind of doing an offload then towards Ryan's side, and Smith scored. But of course, that try was chalked off as there was a knock on earlier in the process, which was correctly found. Yeah, and I mean, I even saw it blatantly beforehand, so I was a bit surprised they were allowed to carry it on. But anyway, look, the All Blacks literally straight after that kind of disallowed try, got the try through Beauden Barrett. Yeah, kind of a well worked try that kind of spread the Box defense out wide. Ches and Kobe were really the only marker there, and yeah, just they kind of went straight through. So yeah, it was good play there by Beauden Barrett, of course, just a mainstay in that team, of course, for the All Blacks. But yeah, no, in terms of just the rest of the game, it was a game of really just like the set pieces, and we would normally expect the set pieces to control the game, but actually just there wasn't really a lot the set pieces did in terms of, I say the scrums, there wasn't really a lot. I think it was very evenly matched. But in terms of the lineouts, it was very, very one-sided in favor of the All Blacks. I mean, they had I think at one point I saw that they had 16 lineouts compared to 4. Again, in terms of lineout steals, there's a bit of, it wasn't as one-sided, I'd say. Again, the All Blacks did obviously have it in favor, but yeah, just yeah, look, it just wasn't the set pieces that defined the game really. It was just more the kicking from Hodge Pollard and the defense of the Springboks to kind of hold off the All Blacks. But again, in terms of the final chance of the game, of course, there was a penalty given for the All Blacks in the 70th minute of the game, I believe. And yeah, again, Jordy Barrett stepped up. He scooted just wide, left of the post, and I actually thought he was going to get it. So I'm still in shock over that, really, because Jordy Barrett's he's known as a great kicker. Yeah, yeah, I don't know what to say about that. It's just one of those where I was like, whoa. But at the same time, I was definitely overjoyed when I saw him miss that. That's for sure. But look, I just guys, I really am lost for words. I just don't know what to say. The Boks have won it. That's really all that matters at the end of the day. We've beaten every single team by 1 point now in the knockouts. We've now secured that 4th World Cup, making the Springboks now the best team in rugby in rugby history. They've kind of classed themselves with that win now as just the best team ever. Just in terms of the whole team throughout history. But yeah, again, they also now join the All Blacks as being the 2nd team to win back-to-back World Cups. That's another kind of, I guess, tick off the box, if you want to say the least. But yeah, they now hold the Rugby World Cup for another 4 years. That's what matters. And we'll move on, obviously, towards Australia, which is the next World Cup. I'm very excited for that. And again, Peters at the toy, definitely the man of the match for sure. No doubt about that. He was just all over the place. So yeah, it's Peters at the toys, and again, there will be the reward ceremony. It's most likely now going to go to Eben Smith, but hey, Bundyaki, Anton Dupont, Otis Vale, all 3 of them were outstanding. So if one of them were to win it, I wouldn't be surprised. Again, I'd personally like to see Mark Slayer as the breakthrough player of the year, but yeah, we'll see what happens on that front. But we're just. Yeah, Boks have won. I just can't believe it. It's been 4 years to the date, which we obviously won in 2019, and they've done it again. So yeah, there you go, guys. That's my reaction. This has been the last, well, not the last video I'll do on the Rugby World Cup, of course, but just my last really just reaction towards the games. So yeah, obviously leave a like, guys. Like I said, subscribe to our channel, and yeah, I'll see you guys next time.